They tried setting you up and it backfired. Yes, sir. Let me say it louder. For my chosen ones in the back. Listen, family, they tried setting you up and it backfired. I need somebody to drop in the comments and say, the chosen can't be crossed. Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say the chosen can't be crossed. Now, y'all, it's as simple as this. People try setting you up by setting you back. I'm going to say it once again, y'all. People try setting you up by setting you back, okay? Now, they can do this in a multitude of different ways. It can be a person lying on you and slandering you, hoping they get a response or a reaction, all right, trying to pull you out your character, trying to deplete or delete all of that progress you've made. All right, all the progress you've made. They heard about it, they seen it. Now they're trying to get you back to ground zero. They set you up, okay? It could be a person trying to get you fired on your job. They know you a good worker. They know you a good person, but they don't like you. So guess what? We're going to make some things up, or we just going to highlight your flaws and, try to get you up out of here. You follow what I'm saying? They set you up by trying to set you back, okay? It could be people trying to cause harm onto you, trying to get something done to you. It happens a lot, y'all, but guess what? It's going to backfire. But what I want y'all to understand is that they have no good reason to set you up, only you being a good person. And that's what they can't stand about yourself. They don't got no dirt on you. They don't have no stories on you. They don't have anything. That's where they got to make it all up. And so these individuals are trying to set you up, but it only backfires every single time. It's very similar, y'all. On a side note, makes every bit of sense, but it's on the side note, y'all, but very similar to the system in society. You got rich, you got middle class, and you got poor, all right? The rich is going to always get richer. The middle class are going to always be in middle class because they have things. They have bills. They have car notes. They have a lot of things. You follow what I'm saying? And the poor, either they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or the poor is just not only within a poor mentality, but they just can't afford life. But see, here's the thing. They keep each group of individuals in that class by some specific systems. So the rich, they got stocks. The rich have investments. The rich, have businesses. The rich have a lot of different things that keeps them getting richer, okay? Dividend income, capital gains, so many different things that the rich has. They're within that system. And by the way, anybody can get inside that system. It's just all according to your mindset, right? Middle class, the reason why they stay in middle class is because they all have mortgages. They all got, things that keeps them in bondage, all right? They're in a middle class system. They're consistently paying for things, all right? It's a non-ending cycle. But the poor people, the system that they give them is, we're going to give them welfare. We're going to give them food stamps. We're going to give them programs. And only few people, allow that to elevate them to the next level. You follow what I'm saying? It's a setup, just like Tupac said. We ain't meant to survive because it's a setup. You follow what I'm saying? And so that poor mentality in the poor programs keep people there, because guess what? I don't want to mess up my Social Security. I don't want to mess up my food stamps. I don't want to mess up, the systems that they have in place. So guess what? They never do anything to get them out of that situation. So it's systems, right? But guess what? The person who take those systems, use those systems, flip those systems, and then they become a system and create their own systems and then get other people to do the same things by duplicating themselves, it backfired clearly. So it's that same setup, right? But anyway, y'all, without going into a long intro, I just want to make that, the point. Family, they tried setting you up and it backfired. All right, but family, we ain't gonna get into a long intro like I just said. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on this video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Yes, sir. Not only that, y'all be sure to ring my bell so you can be notified after every single video I post. I just dropped the masterclass, y'all. We're gonna see how many people catch it. Drop in the comments and let me know if y'all was picking up what I was putting down about the system. But number one, y'all, the reason why it backfired is because it only activated a monster. It only activated the monster. Sometimes, y'all, People try to throw you in situations that they know that they would not be able to survive, all right? And whenever you survive it, it make them scratch their head, it make them raise their eyebrow. It makes them feel like, hold on, how was this even possible? Okay, I made sure that I chose something that I knew that you couldn't do. How was it, or how is it that you survived that? You got them scratching their head. Okay, it's almost like those group of friends throwing their friend on stage, okay, to sing, not knowing or realizing that that friend they threw in the fire could actually blow. They thought that this person was going to get on there and freeze up like Eminem from 8 Mile. They thought that this person was going to get on there and make a fool of themselves. They done took over the entire club. They took over the entire karaoke event. They took over the entire room. Yeah, got everybody clapping their hands. They done got a standing ovation. You turned them into a complete monster. You only activated a monster. You take a child who learned martial arts as a baby, as a child. Guess what they're going to be when they turn 18 or in between 25? 18 to 25, a monster. You activated it. You placed them in the environment. You put them in position to. And that's the same thing they did, y'all. All right? They thought that they were setting you up by setting you back. But all they did was allow the situation to backfire, and it only activated a monster. Number 2, they hurt themselves, all right? They hurt themselves, y'all. Some people try to set you up, and they don't realize that they're only setting themselves back, okay? They thought that they was going to place you in a position that was going to keep you stagnant, stuck, or cause you to lose everything, but all they did was lose a real one. All right, somebody drop in the comments and say you lost a real one. When I think about this, y'all, I think about Judas betraying Jesus. All right, from what I've seen from the movies and listening to the audio and reading the scriptures, y'all, Jesus was a real dude. We're gonna keep it a buck. Jesus was a real dude, and Judas decided to betray his mentor, his rabbi, his friend, for 12 pieces of silver. But you know what got Judas? It was his own conscience. He began to hurt himself. He realized that he hurt himself because he lost a real one. He lost a friend, all right? He lost a person who was teaching him the way, salvation. He lost somebody who was giving him the game on life, all right? And more importantly, he caused harm onto somebody who was not harming him or harming anybody else. That's why Judas hung himself, okay? That's why Judas hung himself. Are y'all following what I'm saying? The point is, y'all, is that when people try setting you up, it backfires because they only hurt themselves. Somebody drop that down below in the comments. You hurt yourself. Number 3, they lost total control, all right? They lost total control. As I said on my other channel, y'all, it's Black History Month, okay? And I'm going to talk about it, right? So back in the day, y'all, the slaves were given leftover parts of the pig. Yep, I'm going to say that again, y'all. Back in the day, the slaves were given leftover parts of the pig. So the slave owners and people who were considered superiors, all right, they got like the ham, they got the bacon, they got the pork chops, they got the best parts of the ham, ribs, they got all that. You know what they gave the slaves? They gave the slaves the feet, the ears, hocks, the snout, that's the nose. Yeah, you get the part without the snot. Yeah. And the intestines, okay? Well, if y'all don't know about South or Southern cooking, let me put y'all up on game. Them intestines they gave black folks, yeah, we turned it into chitlins, okay? We got chitlin loaf, we got hog maw, we got chitlins. Y'all know how we do. We cook it on Thanksgiving. We cook it on Sunday dinners. We cook it with some oxtails. Yeah, some of the best cooking you gonna get. What I'm saying, y'all, is this right here. They lost total control. They tried to make it to where we didn't like it, or our ancestors didn't like it, Man, we put some seasoned salt on that thing. We put some garlic powder, some onion powder, some garlic salt with some parsley. Yeah, we put some of that Tony's in it, some Old Bay. We done put some, yeah, we done chefed it up. And now they like, hey, can I get a to-go plate of them chitlins? No, you gave that to me because you thought that I wouldn't like it, okay? What else, y'all? The pig feet. Have y'all been inside of a convenience store, okay, and seen them that red bottle with that meat in it? Yeah, those what you call pickled pig feet. I used to kill them when I was a kid. Again, you took something and gave it to us and thought that it was going to set us back or thought that it was setting us up. But the whole time it backfired because we made something good about it. You see what I'm saying? They lost control. All right. Now, I'm not really big on pig ear. I'm sure it's good, but I'm not really big on it. But hocks, we call it ham hocks. You ever had it inside your greens? Yeah, family. And the list goes on. The point that I am making, family, is this right here. They tried setting you up and it backfired. Just like how it happened with the slaves back in the day. You give me the worst part of the pig and we're going to make a dinner out of it. I promise you. Number 4, self-drainage or mental drainage. Same thing, y'all. If you Google it, self-drainage is talking more so about like bodily fluids, but the definition I'm giving it is going to be like a mental drainage thing or, you know, exhaustion. And the reason why I say that, y'all, is because it's like an overload when people try to keep up with you. You know, it's an overload when people try to, you know, stay in your business. It's an overload when people are trying to figure out your next move and figure out how you're navigating. It's an overload. Reno, what are you saying right now? That goes right back to that self-drainage, all right, and mental drainage thing. You follow what I'm saying? And that in itself is a problem for them, but they'll never admit it. They're trying to set you up. So guess what? They got all their tabs open just like a computer. They trying to solve the mystery. So guess what? They using a whole bunch of processing power and RAM power, you know, and they taking up a whole bunch of space just like a computer. And what they don't realize is with the computer, if you don't have enough RAM space, processing power, battery, you're going to shut down at some point. You're only draining yourself. The point that I'm making, y'all, is that they are overloading trying to keep up with you. Somebody drop in the comments and say, you can't keep up with me? Yes, sir. Make sure you drop in the comments, family, and say you can't keep up with me. Getting back to the point, y'all, you are causing, or well, they are causing self-drainage and mental drainage on themselves. All right? It's an overload. Number 5 is going to be this right here, family. They paid the ultimate price, y'all, okay? They paid the ultimate price. Now, if anybody is familiar with the movie Janky Promoters, y'all drop in the comments and let me know. It got Mike Epps and it has Ice Cube in it. And, you know, it's one of my favorite movies, right? Not of all time, but I definitely I like watching that movie. I enjoy it, right? But Janky Promoters is about a movie of promoters who are janky. You know, they don't want to pay the talent. They don't want to properly promote, and they just do bad business all the way around, y'all. It has Ice Cube and Mike Epps in it. If you haven't seen it, go check the movie out, all right? But anyway, y'all, how they paid the ultimate price? Well, number 1, y'all, they tried to pay Jeezy half of the performance money, but Mike Epps ended up blowing the other half, and that's why they couldn't, you know, pay Jeezy all that he was owed. So Jeezy said, hey, if I don't get my back end, then you ain't going to see me on the stage. If I don't get my back end, you're not going to see me on front of the stage. And that's just what it is, y'all. I ain't got no problem with the audience. I got a problem with y'all. I need my money, okay? They ain't give him his money. He held up to his word. He didn't perform. And so once that happened, that messed up business elsewhere. So 4 things that happened, y'all. Number 1, their reputation was straight up ruined. All right. It was ruined with the people. It was ruined with businesses. It was ruined with banks. It was ruined with people they've known. It was ruined straight up and down. Next thing, y'all, was the party got shot up. Yeah, the party got shot up, y'all. So it was some gangsters that was doing business with, and they came and shot the party up because they were expecting to see Jeezy perform. He ain't perform, so we about to shoot this thing up. The next thing that happened to y'all was Ice Cube messed up their Aruba money. So when Mike Epps didn't have the money to pay Jeezy, Ice Cube had to go into the money that was for his, I think, his honeymoon or something like that. But it was their Aruba money. He messed it all up. The next thing too, y'all, was Mike Epps made them a target. He made them a target. And so ultimately what I'm saying is that they paid the ultimate price, all right, which is all those things that happen. The point is, y'all, is that when people try setting you up, all right, just like they tried to set Jeezy up, without paying that man all the money, it backfires. That's the same thing that happened with yourself. They tried to set you up. Maybe they didn't give you all the information. Maybe they didn't give you a fair chance or a fair shot. Maybe they didn't tell you everything. Whatever the case was, y'all, if the glove fit, wear it. But what I'm saying is that they tried to set you up and it backfired. They paid the ultimate price, all right? But with that being said, y'all, we're going to conclude this video. But before we do so, we got to get a recap. Number one, it only activated a monster. Number two, they hurt themselves. Number three, they lost total control. Number four, self-drainage or mental drainage really mean the same thing. And number five, y'all, they paid the ultimate price. Y'all already know how we do. Y'all make sure y'all get you a Yes Sir t-shirt, Yes Sir hoodie, book a one-on-one session with your boy, and you can check out any one of my books. And of course, family, I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Keep a rich mentality. Peace.